that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 52 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings are once again back in front. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it.
Okay, ready? Roll! I'm not right!
1st and 10, it's Richardson. Keeps himself upright. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. 2nd down, here's Richardson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Richardson looking to throw this. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling in.
Let's go now. Thank you, Cardinal.
first down. Richardson. And check down, complete to Hall.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He finds his man, complete. That's Miles. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season of football, but it's not over yet. One half remains to decide who will stand on the podium with the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And to call the second half, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. These two teams have had plenty of extra time to make their final adjustments, but time's just about up. The final half of the NFL season is upon us. So let's get it back out to our Super Bowl broadcast team. Here's Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be. All tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here, put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right. And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Richardson. And this is going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And taken right at the 35. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Shoves him away. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, He committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. 3rd and 19. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Richardson looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Walton.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw here. This one brought in by Jefferson. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. It can keep them out of that area.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Pick up the football. Some strong running at the 20. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to the defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third.
Okay, great.
Richardson to the air on 1st down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Richardson now on 2nd down. He finds his man complete. It's Walton. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. An entire season coming down to this next quarter. 3 in the books here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on.
The Jets on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Richardson. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Like the design that we're seeing right there, this is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Richardson back to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Now Richardson. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Straight ahead is home. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Here's Richardson to throw.
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. He gets it a little bit closer. Takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you are without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Ball again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other...
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he rifles one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Moss. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him incomplete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But what a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. They're going to look to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
Here's first down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Down right around the 25. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So the Jets now down by a field goal, 40 seconds to go. They need at least a field goal to send this Super Bowl to overtime as they come up on first down.
Here's Richardson.
This pass out wide to Hall. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Here comes second down at 5. Richardson to throw it.
Eluding the pressure right.
And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Richardson has to get them to the line in a hurry now.
Back to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions, and the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.